topic is strategic planning for startups. We're going to look at it and see why it is important. The outline is here. We'll look at the meaning of strategic planning. We'll look at why it is crucial for startups. We'll look at why startups fail um, without strategy. Sorry, I'm trying to note my time. And then we'll also look at key components of a strategic plan. We'll look at strategy, development process, conclusion and takeaway, and then the Q&A. Now, so let's look at strategy as a word. Strategy is a very beautiful word. It's gotten from the army, how they organize themselves and prepare to go for war. So here, it is a science and the art of military command as applied to the overall planning and conduct of warfare. So before they go out, there's even a place in the Bible that says, which of you intending to build a house will not sit down first to count the cost. So strategies like counting the costs if this startup will do well. It's also a plan of action intended to accomplish a specific task. It can also be the use of advanced planning to succeed in politics and in business. In this case, it is business. We move on to the next one, which is planning. Planning is the act of formulating a course of action or drawing up plans. A plan is a set of intended action, usually mutually related, through which one expects to achieve a goal. So you have a goal, and then you have a plan. So it takes your plan. Today, my goal is to get to the moon, and then today I will do this, I will do this, I will do this until I achieve my plan. All right, let's go to strategic planning. Now, strategic planning is a process of defining an organization's direction and making decisions on allocating resources to pursue that strategy. So you say, okay, this is where I have this as GIBAH's resources. We want to channel it in the right direction. So what do we do to make sure that it is properly utilized? It sets clear goals, it identifies priorities, and outlines actionable steps. So by the time you have that, you have your goals, you have your priorities, and then you have your actionable steps. You can say that you are planning strategically. Why is it crucial for startups? I have 5 points here why it's crucial for startups. Number one, it provides a very clear direction. It helps you to know where you're going to. And there's there's a famous quote that goes by, the whole world stands still for a man that knows where he's going to. So with strategic planning, you already have your direction in mind, so you won't be stopped. Number two, it improves resource management. You have so less. It will tell you how to count your costs, the opportunity cost of every decision you take. It's going to help you to do that because you are planning strategically. Number three, why is it crucial for startups? It attracts investors and partners because they look at your track record. When you want to go for investment, they look at, oh, this guy, you've been doing this, you've been doing this, you've been doing this. So they say they can trust you, they can trust the value you're bringing to the table. And then to a large extent, you cannot talk about businesses without talking about risks. But if you're strategically planning, it will help to reduce your risks. To a large extent, you can say, okay, yeah, my risks will be minimal here, 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 and here. Okay. And then finally, it supports team alignment and focus. Everybody is traveling in one direction as part of the team because there's a clear outline for this. All right, so we quickly go to why startups fail without strategy. More or less like the opposite of what we just did now, but startups, so many startups, and I had very shocking statistics from this CB Insights as of 2023 that 90% of startups fail, and that's very, very, very shocking. That's not without a cause. So the first reason why they fail is because of lack of direction and focus. They don't have direction, they don't have focus, so anything goes. Number two is poor understanding of the market and customer. Of course, you have not gone out to check, like what we talked about in the first presentation. You've not gone out to see your competitors. Who are the other persons that are doing very well in this business? This niche I'm entering to. Who are the other persons that can pull me down? Who are my top competitors? And then number three, no value proposition. What are you bringing to the table? Why is your own unique? The YouTube space, even the digital marketing space is saturated right now. There is no space anywhere for anybody. So somehow you just have to look for a way to bring in what you've got in a very unique way that will be captured by this generation. All right. So let's go to the next point, the key components of a strategic plan. The first key component is that you need to have a vision and a mission. Second one, you have to analyze your markets very well, market analysis. Number three, you need to have your goals and your objectives. And when I mean goals, I'm talking about the SMART goals. Okay, we'll see what the SMART mean as we go down. The next one is your value proposition and then your business model. We'll talk about a few of them as we run down. Okay, so your goal and your vision, this is very clear. GIBAH is a well-structured organization, and we have our vision and mission statement. So I had to pull out the vision statement of GIBAH to put up here. And as GIBAH, our vision is to become one of the most reputable and credible research, training, and project management organizations in the world. And how are we working on achieving this mission? On this vision, rather. We are working every day to accomplish client tasks and projects effectively, efficiently, accountably, and timely. And we're also working on training and developing many research scholars across the globe through our Scale Pact Online and on-site trainings. Market analysis and value proposition. Here you have to identify your target customers. Who are your customers? Secondly, you have to see how you can understand your competitors and the market trends. Like research, there's a trend. There's a season where you have so much of works available, and there's a season where you just have very scanty work. So you have to understand those kind of trends. What makes your product and service unique? What's making GIBAH unique and stand out? And then you have to solve a real validated problem. All right, and then setting smart goals. For the smart goals, smart there implies specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. Okay, so I had to put up an example there. Giba can set a goal like Giba will acquire 1,000 customers in 12 months, in the next 12 months, 1,000 clients. So that example now has is specific, is measurable because we mentioned that we need 1,000, and then it's achievable. It's not something that is out of the world. If you put ourselves to work, we can do that. And then it is also relevant and it is time bound. We put 12 months as part of it. So that's that. And then we go to strategy development process. How do you develop your strategy? You conduct your SWOT analysis, you define your strategic priorities, you use business models, and then you identify resources needed. Implementation and monitoring. What are we supposed to implement from what we've just studied in the past 10 minutes now? We have to let's create action plans and assign roles. We'll use key performance indexes, KPIs to track progress. And good enough, Giba is doing that. After every meeting, we used to put up action plans. So somehow it's close to this now. It's part of the strategies to make us very efficient in what we do. And then we need regular reviews, reflections, and pivotal meetings. And then you can use tools like the Trello, Asana, the Google Sheets, etc., to track implementation and monitoring. And then conclusions and takeaways. We want to conclude by saying that strategic planning is an essential roadmap. Okay, it's a roadmap that tells you, just like your Google map, that gives you direction on where you're going to. It helps to attract investors and align team. We talked about that before. It's also, but in the midst of all of that, we also have to be flexible. We don't have to be rigid because we talked about rigidity, traditional and digital marketing earlier on. You don't have to be straight and fixated on a particular system. Give room for flexibility and adaptation as we grow. And then the takeaway quote there was that startups that plan stand. Okay, startup companies that plan, they stand the test of time. So thank you very much.